Coach, for you guys, 2-game losing streak, it's a sense of relief to get this win, or how does it feel?
Absolutely. We have a lot we have to continue to improve upon. But you get a big lead early. I got you. They fight back. I think we made plays at the end that we haven't been making. We got a few big rebounds. We come up with a loose ball. We hit some big shots that we haven't been doing. And so, all the ills of our world have not been solved. But to make plays when we needed to come out of here with a win feels more good than bad. All right, that's it.
And what do you think got Charlotte back into it at the end of the first half?
3-pointers. The kids, he can shoot. He can shoot, and we give him 4 threes in the first half. Then they get confident. Then the big kid gets confident. And so, that's been, it's no secret. That's been our Achilles heel. And, we come out in the first play of the game, kid bangs a 3. But to answer your question, he's a good player. They run a lot of stuff for him. He makes tough shots. But with him hitting those 3 threes mid to late first half is what got them going, got them energized. We had some foul issues where I couldn't get the combination on the court that I wanted, but other guys stepped up.
Speaking of defending the 3, what changed for you guys towards the end of the second half? They hit a 3, I think, at the 16th-minute mark, and then didn't make one for the remainder of the game. What changed for you guys defensively against the 3?
What changed?
I honestly wasn't listening to the question. I was reading.
See, therein lies the problem. That's scout report, that's practice. I don't know. I can honestly not sit here and say we made a tactical adjustment other than screaming and yelling and don't leave your man. Don't leave your man. So I think we just did a better job of that.
At times in the second half, the offense got stagnant, but LJ seemed to get you guys going with his penetration. Just what effect did he have on the game for you guys while you were struggling to get things going offensively?
Well, he was, I want to say, in a little bit of a funk in the first half. He got in there and, was trying to draw fouls, didn't get foul calls, was I think he was down on himself. But that's what LJ does. I'm sorry, 'cause I'm sick. LJ gets to the rim. LJ gets to the rim, and a lot of fouls that weren't called in the first half were called in the second half. You have a guy that's not shooting well and working around, and he hits a huge 3. A huge 3. That's he's a player, he's a gamer, but I just think we knew we wanted to get it to him, but let him get to the basket and see if he can make a play.
Questions for Devontae?
Devontae, take us through that last play there, that N1, and what you were seeing out there and how you were able to execute.
I knew the shot clock was running down a little bit, and I just wanted to attack the basket when I came off the screen instead of settling for a jump shot. I knew the bigs were not too mobile for guarding a guard, so I just wanted to get downhill on them and try to make a play.
You guys called timeout at about 2:20, and LJ hits the 3 out of timeout. What was the message in the timeout, and was that the play that was drawn up?
Get back in transition.
Yeah, we needed to stop. That was it.
Most of the message was about defense. We thought that they were going to be in a zone, and so we just one of our normal zone sets and just move around. It wasn't, and they left him open. They could hear their coaches screaming, "He's a driver, he's a driver." So I think they just left him open. But he's a player. He stepped up and banged the shot.
Coach, now you got 8 days till Big East play. What concerns you the most right now?
A lot. A lot. We play camp. I told the kids, my son's standing in the back of the room. You guys ever heard the phrase "cancel Christmas"? If this hadn't turned out like this, Christmas was going to be canceled in the Thompson household. But the guys are going home for a couple of days, and then the focus is going to be on defense as we get ready for league play. Our defense is not close to where it needs to be for us to have success. It was the toughest basketball conference in the country. you know, and so, once these guys go home, once we come back, it's just gonna be on defense.
Coach, I'm not sure how well you know Mark Price, but obviously first year as a coach, struggling a little bit. Can you speak to the adjustment of becoming a first year coach, especially when a lot of guys transfer out of the program?
You know, it's an extremely difficult situation when so many guys leave, and you come in, and he did a good job of keeping the ones that he kept and bringing in reinforcements. And it's a process. It's a process, and you know, he's going to do a great job, and I don't even think that needs to be contemplated. But if you come in, you know, as a first year coach into a situation where you know, probably when you took the job, a lot of guys you thought were going to be with you leave. You know, that's life. That's college basketball. But it's a process. You see how you look at, you know, it's you say it all the time. You know, they're better than their record. They're better than their record. You know, and I'm telling these guys, watch every one of their games. I don't care what their record is. They're good players. They're well coached. And so you see how today we get up 30 whatever, and they come fighting right back. They come fighting right back. So it's going to take time, and if you're patient with them, you're going to see you got a terrific coach. That's going to build a terrific program, not just a terrific team.
Last question, Joe.
Monte, you guys have struggled in close games this year so far. So is this a confidence booster for you guys going forward when you're in this situation again in future games? Close it out in the last day.
It definitely is, because it shows that we can do it. You know, defensively, like you said, coming into the game, that was the biggest thing that we wanted to focus on. I think, you know, carrying that over into the Big East play now, you know, if we defend, I think we'll be one of the best teams in our conference, if not the best team in our conference.
Thank you.